children. Today I am going to take a topic from the writing section which is considered to be the most important topic, that is letter to the editor. I hope you all will listen carefully and understand it stepwise. Now, let us first understand what is the importance of letter to the editor. A letter to the editor may be written to the editor of a newspaper or a magazine. It is written to highlight basically a social issue or a problem. It can also be written in order to get it published in the said medium. Letters to the editor of a newspaper or magazine forms an important part of the paper. It voices the opinion of the people and provides them a platform to express their agreements, disagreements, or reaction to the news and views contained in the newspaper. These letters raise issues of social, political, and economic interest and generally centered around public reaction. Sometimes a reader expresses personal clarification or issue denial. In short, letter to editor provides a forum to the reader to express their strong feelings and reactions to local, national, and international issues. So basically, letter to editor is like the voice of the general public where we can raise issues on different topics. So let's see what these issues are. Now, here are the examples of some social evils like poverty, pollution, child labor, water logging, and many other issues are there which can be highlighted by the general public by writing a letter to the editor. Let us discuss about the main elements of a letter or format of letter to the editor. The first thing that we need to mention is sender's address. According to the latest format, sender's address is written in the top along with the pin code. We do not write the sender's name along with the sender's address. Mention the pin code only if you are very sure about it. The next part that we have to write is the date. Date appears directly below the sender's address after leaving one line space. It is advisable to always write the full date. For example, 6th July, comma, 2021. The next we are going to write is receiver's address. It appears directly below the date and comprises the receiver's designation, in this case because the editor, the name of the newspaper, and the place. This is what we need to mention in the receiver's address. Next comes the salutation. So, this consists of words of greeting and is written to the left hand side of the page just below the date after leaving one line space. The form of greeting depends upon your relationship with the person. Now, since we are writing this letter to the editor, we may mention dear sir or dear madam. Now, there is one more thing I would like to highlight is if you are not sure that the editor is a male or a female, it is always safe that you write down dear sir in your salutation. I hope you all have got it right. The next part is the subject. Now, subject is generally used in writing a formal letter, and in the case of letter to the editor, it will highlight the issue about which we are writing in the letter and try to mention the subject maximum within 12 words. Next comes the body of the letter. The body of the letter is the main part of any letter. This is written in response to the topic given in simple and direct language. The body includes three main parts. First is the introductory paragraph that states the purpose of writing. In the case of letter to the editor, we will begin with the opening lines, that is through the columns of your esteemed newspaper. Then the second paragraph is called as the informative paragraph. Now, why is it called as the informative paragraph? Because in this paragraph, we are going to provide details about the subject of the letter. The third paragraph is called as the concluding paragraph. The closure of the letter, okay, when we are concluding the letter, it should end with a hope, a request, an appeal, or a comment. So this is the entire description for the body of the letter. Next we come to the complimentary closure. It is a courteous way of ending the letter. The expression used must match the salutation. You cannot be informal in the letter to editor. So how will you write? You may write yours sincerely, or you may also use yours truly. Make sure that when you write yours sincerely, Y will be capital and S will be small. Or when you write yours truly, Y will be capital and T will be small. And then you will put on your signature. You will mention your name in capital letter, which will be put within brackets. And finally, you will write down your designation if it is needed or if it is mentioned in the question. So I hope you all might have understood the main elements of letter to the editor. Now here you can see an example for a letter to the editor. The question here is, write a letter to the editor of National Hurdle, New Delhi, about water scarcity in your locality, suggesting ways to improve the position of water supply. You are Ramnath or Rima of Ghaziabad. So here you can see, children, according to the format of the letter, we have begun with the sender's address, followed by date, then followed by the receiver's address, salutation. Now you may be wondering that why ma'am has only written sir. We may use dear sir or we may also use sir. Then we have also mentioned the subject. The subject here is water crisis in Kavi Nagar. So here we begin our letter to editor with the opening lines. Through the column of your esteemed newspaper, I wish to draw the attention of the concerned authorities towards the problem of water scarcity in our locality. It is still early summer and the residents are already facing acute water shortage in the area. The supply is cut off at 8:30 a.m. in the morning and is restored only for half an hour in the evening between 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Since the timings are erratic, many people, especially the working couples, are unable to store water. So here we can see the problem is mentioned and it is further being explained in details. Frequent complaints to the Jal board haven't yielded any result, as the authorities express their helplessness, saying that one of the tanks of the Hyderpur water treatment plant is under repair and has been shut down for a month or so, thereby affecting the water supply in the area. But it is nearly 1.5 months since the problem began. Yet there is no respite to the residents. Now, here we come to the conclusion. The Jal board should, in the meantime, make provisions for water tankers at different hours of the day. Also, measures must be taken to expedite the repair work. That means to make the work fast. The repair work should go on fast. Okay, so here a suggestion is given. Now, here we come to the complimentary closure. Yours truly, name of the person, and the name, that is here actually it is the signature and the name written within brackets. So this is one example for letter to the editor related to an issue. Now children, there are some lines we will be learning where we'll know how to begin our letter to the editor and how to close our letter, okay, because mostly the children find it a little difficult. So I will be giving you some examples which will be very helpful for you. Now here are examples for the beginning, which you saw in the previous example also. Through the column of your esteemed newspaper, I wish to bring to the notice of the concerned authorities towards, then we will mention the problem. So this is one way of beginning. We may also begin by writing. I am writing to you in order to highlight. Okay, so we will be highlighting the problem. The third way of writing is, I am writing this letter in order to draw the attention of the concerned authorities. This is another way of beginning your letter to the editor. Then, the fourth way, kindly publish my views related to the above topic in the column of your esteemed newspaper. Then the fifth is, through the column of the esteemed daily, I would like to highlight the issue of. So these are some beginning lines which can be used when you are writing letter to the editor. You do not have to stick on to the old tradition style which I have given on number 1. You may have variation in the beginning, okay? Now here children, I am going to also help you with some of the lines that can be used in the body of the letter. Usually children are having the starting problem. How to start? Okay. So the first line you can see, the residents face many problems. The second, various complaints have been filed. The main reason, the most annoying thing is, the most important thing is, India is growing in leaps and bounds in every sector. So these are some lines that can be used in the body of the letter according to the question or according to the problem given. Now next I will tell you about some of the concluding lines that we can write in our concluding paragraph where we can begin with these lines. I request the authorities to look into the matter at the earliest. I request you to highlight this issue in your renowned newspaper. I hope this issue will be brought into light. I expect my letter to find a suitable place in your renowned newspaper. This is a matter of grave concern and I would request you to please publish my opinion in your esteemed newspaper. So these are some tips, some lines that you can use when you are writing down the concluding paragraph in letter to the editor. I hope you all might have understood this very well. And children, unless and until we do not practice, we will not be able to understand this. So you definitely should practice some questions and try to write this letter in the format which I have taught. So I hope you all are well versed with this now. So take care of yourself, children, and God bless you.